Hey there, it's CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River. Beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. Do come check us out. So, this is some chicken wings, some stewed chicken wings. Uh, about 1 part barbecue sauce to 1 part balsamic vinegar, dark balsamic vinegar, and 2 parts of your favorite hot sauce. I used tiger sauce, which was very similar to Crystal hot sauce, except it has probably about 2 grams of sugar, uh, uh, and that's where the carbs come in at. But other than that, there's just not that much going in the way of bad, you know, badness. So, and then what I did was I added about half a cup of water. Kind of whisk that up, and then put the chicken wings in, and I let it go at a medium to high. Actually, it's still going. I'm actually about to turn the heat off. Uh, you want to do it slow, this kind of stuff, because you don't want your meat cooking too fast and getting too tough. You want it almost to fall off the bone kind of thing. But you don't want to go too much with this. You don't want to cook it too long, or it really will fall off the bone, and you'll be left with like a barbecue. You can still make a barbecue chicken thing with it, but that's not what I'm wanting to do. I want to get like a good chicken wing. This is going to be low sugar, low carb chicken wing. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to kind of do it this way so I can sort of render the fat out of the chicken, because the difference in my diet that I'm going to be working towards, and it's going to be a gradual thing, is I want to, even though a keto diet traditionally goes higher fat, moderate protein, and low to zero carbs in a day, I want to kind of work my way down to getting away from the bad oils and fats, and I want to I just kind of want to work towards uh, letting my body, because my body's going to be like using ketones. It's going to be using that for fuel, which comes from the fat that my body burns. Because what happens, stored fat in the body turns into ketones, and that is what feeds the body and the brain during this kind of thing, where you're getting most of your fuel from your body, and you're eating kind of enough to satiate an appetite. But so yeah, um, but there's still there's still ways to have good flavorful food. So what I'm going to do is turn this off. I'm going to remove it from the heated burner, and I'm going to allow the moisture to evaporate out of here as much as possible. And then we'll see where we're going, because I feel like I want to get a little bit of a caramelization on the chicken. So maybe what I'll do is, once I let this evaporate and I let it sit here and evaporate, as much as it will, because it will thicken as it sits, and I want to see where that is. But I also want to get a little bit more Maillard effect stuff going on. Now that's going to happen as it sits here anyway. I can see it as we're talking, starting to thicken and caramelize up. So yeah, there's a little bit of sugar that came from the barbecue sauce. I didn't bother to look, but because it was so incidental. And then 2 grams of carbs that came from the tiger sauce, which is a favorite. It's a hot sauce that has just a touch of a sweetness to it. Uh, anyway, uh, I'm gonna pause the video. We'll come back when this is finished. We'll do a testing on this video. This is the kind of thing I wish I had, like a big lump of mashed potatoes to put this, you know, sauce over and have it, because this would go great with the really, really great mashed potato. But this is a trade-off. This is a barbecue flavored chicken, but it's going to kind of be lower in calories and carbs than other types. And because instead of having thick globs of barbecue brushed on, it was kind of like stewed in this. And then we're going to crisp it up with the Mailer effect. If I need to, actually, you could take this out and you could put it in a broiler for 1 to 2 minutes until it gets a brownness. But I'm seeing that it's kind of gonna firm up, and maybe I won't necessarily need to do it that way. But and the trade-off is, you know, to keep in mind the reward for my diet. And today, and it's midnight, so it's almost time to eat anyway, because my carb and calorie and everything starts over at midnight. That was just what I decided some time ago. That I don't necessarily need to add a starch to this, like a potato or something. And this is going to be flavorful enough. But if you're not keto, you could try this with a big mound of buttery, whipped creamy mashed potatoes. I better stop before I make myself want to eat it. That we're cool. Um, Okay, so I love you guys, and hang tight. We'll taste this in just a moment. Oh, by the way, I just checked the container of that barbecue sauce, and maybe there's 10 to 12 grams of carbs that got added to that. So in this, no more, no more than 15 grams of carbs in this entire pot. Hi there. So, um, what we have is the barbecue stewed chicken in a barbecued flavor, uh, and I think I've already given pretty much the recipe. A little bit of balsamic vinegar, a little bit of barbecue sauce, a little bit of crystal hot sauce, uh, and blended well, and added with enough water to stew the amount of chicken wings that you're doing. And then so the calories: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's round up to 15 for good measure. So that's the calories. Hang on 1 second. Let me check. I'm going to go check my notes on this. Okay, so here's the good news. It is about 6 carbs on this plate, to give or take a carb or two. And that's by the gram of carbs. So, and then the calorie counts is probably around 225 to 250, and that's a higher end of that estimate. And what we want to do when we're doing this is we want to stay under, because I want to reduce, I want to get back to staying under 800 carbs, and then we want to stay under 50 grams. So something like this is perfect. If you can, if the skin melts away from this, that's fine. The tips I just left on because I didn't feel like chopping them off. I felt like it could aid with the flavor and everything like that, but you don't have to eat the tips. If you do, uh, that's where you get the higher end. That's why I estimated, because I think there's a lot of flavor, and sometimes I like to get in there and just totally be a dog with the bone with it. But yeah, so but chicken wing portions, 1, 2. There's about 2 grams of carbs per 4 pieces, but whatever. I just kind of rounded up to added a couple of other carbs for good measure, because there's actually going to be 6 pieces, give or take. So yeah, see where we get. And then the incidental carb of the sauce is not really going to matter that much here, because most of the sauce is actually still in the bottom of that pan. So this is a great flavor that's gotten throughout this chicken. Wonderful. So let me get in here. I know that it's very rustic, and I'm seeing that there's even like a couple of pieces in this chicken where they didn't pull the the feather quills out, but that's okay. I'll just be aware of that and avoid it as I'm eating. let me give a taste on this. And if I taste it, and if it's not great, you'll know. I'll be honest with you. But if I love it, and I know that I will love this because I love some decent barbecue, uh, yeah, you'll know that too. Let me pause this while I pull some of this apart. Actually, let me just show you how easily this pulls apart once it's stewed like this. You really want that. You really want something just to kind of like, separate that easily. So cool. Let me check this out. It's a little toasty, a little hot. Might want to let it cool. I hope I don't burn my face. That is everything that I thought it should be. That is very delicious. Um, it's a mild flavor. I didn't do a lot of spice as far as like peppers, and I didn't do additional salt. And I didn't even additionally vinegar this, so this doesn't taste like a pickle, by the way. Mm. There's a restaurant chain who is going to be nameless right now, and but their chicken tastes like a pickle, and it's like, oh my god, it's not luscious. Okay, so let me pause. I want to say bon appetit, love and light. This is delicious. Love you. Good night.